Now what? Well, what we need now is just like some time for a little R&R. We need some downtime here. Yeah, I know there's a supply drop available. I don't care about that intel. We were scanning for an extra contact, I believe. Let me go pick up this. I must have missed a day of supply. It's not like we need the money, but we could hire an all-new team of rank 1 guys if we wanted to. Just, we don't have enough Vin Diesels to go around. And then we were scanning one of these that gave us extra contacts, right? Yeah, resistance contacts. That's the one we want right there.
Avenger plotting new course.
We need a little time for R&R here, XCOM. You gotta give us a minute. You've been springing missions on us pretty quick. This is one of the things the chosen mechanic inserts. It does sort of force you to have a little bit more robust and deep roster. Because anytime you go smack a chosen, you always wind up in this scenario.
We've located one of their facilities.
Yeah, I don't really even bother to look at it, Bradford. It's fine. But you always wind up in this, like, wound spiral. Chris Varick, the Boilermaker, got promoted. We also got 16 ability points. Home Slice made it to full bird colonel. You know, I mean, he couldn't not make it to full bird colonel. Also, we're going to have to just say no to resistance action until we get more people who are capable of fighting. Because we only... you know what? Caparzo's back in a day. Toretto's back. You know, we can afford to do a covert. Unless we get an action, unless we get an operation in a single day, we'll be fine. We should probably level these dudes, though, just because it seems appropriate. Hospital Orderly here. How you doing there, Hospital Orderly? Who was your buddy? Varick? Yeah. He was the last man to get promotion. Let's do it. What high rank ability do we want to give you? They're all terrible. None of them. I don't want to give you any of these. They're all bad. What could we give you instead? Didn't we buy Judgment, chat? Don't we have a couple guys who have Judgment? Because it occurs to me that we have Judgment, but I have never seen it trigger even a single time. We have like 2 troopers who have Judgment, I think, but I don't recall it ever having procced. Yeah, tactical rigging and volatile mix is probably the right call. Although, we're not really taking damaging grenades at this point anymore, so volatile mix seems like maybe even it's not a bad... Tactical rigging, yes, we're definitely going to take that one. Manual override is like the worst ability in the game. It really is. This needs to be a passive ability that just is always on. Once you take manual override, your cooldown should just be 1 turn lower all the time. But instead, you actually have to waste an action to lower the cooldown abilities, lower the 2 cooldown abilities by 1. It's beyond terrible. Avatars are immune to panic. I'm trying to think of stuff we can get that might help us in the final mission. I'm pretty sure Battlelord is only going to screw us, though. Ditto Interrupt, it's also only going to screw us. I don't know. No, I don't want Judgment. Just take the garbage water ability. I'd take Volatile Mix, but we're not using damaging grenades anymore. We're going to be using mostly like tactical grenades, like Mimic Beacons, which, speaking of which, we want to go build as many of as we can. How many more of those can I build? Mimic Beacon? 2, huh? Alright. I can build 1. So that takes us up to 3 Mimic Beacons. Like our goal for the final mission, I'd like everybody to have AP rounds and a Mimic Beacon. Skirmishers and their quote-unquote talent tree. Yeah, skirmishers suck. Their abilities are just broken and bad. Can you do proximity mines? We could build them, but we don't have grenadiers, so they're going to have a really small blast radius and not do a whole hell of a lot of damage. And we don't have anybody who's going to really benefit much from concealment, so not really a great way to deliver a proximity mine. They're just not... they're fantastic for, like, Reapers. Reapers with proximity mines are great. If you get a Reaper who gets tactical rigging, you can give them, like, extra explosives. You can throw a proximity mine, then you can throw a satchel charge down and detonate them both, and it's one can detonate the other. It's actually a really good combo. For skirmishers, though, it just... doesn't really do much. There's a lot of good combos you can pull off with, you know, say skirmishers and Templars or Grenadiers or Rangers or Snipers or basically any class that isn't a skirmisher, really. We were supposed to go do a covert op. That's what we came down here for to begin with. I guess we'll just reduce the Avatar project. Fabricating a superior PCS is not a terrible idea. We don't want to do this one because the assassin is still alive and we don't want to have somebody get captured. It'd be nice. Don't we have a captured guy, though? Shouldn't we get the opportunity to go rescue his dumbass? I guess we'll just fabricate a PCS. Shroom. Sure, take uncredited hospital orderly. And you know what? I kind of don't care if you guys get wounded, but I also don't really need 25 intel, so...
Understood, Commander. My followers will appreciate the support of
refusing to spend that intel just kind of seems mean. Midnight raids. Oh no, the cost of recruiting soldiers is doubled. Who cares? Perfidious P, do you use an electric blanket? Do I use an electric blanket for what? Skirmishers are the best hero class. They have ridiculously high agility. And no, skirmishers are straight up terrible, though. They're the worst class in the game. And I mean that categorically. Like, they're not the worst specialist class. They're the worst class flat out. And we got Talon rounds, which we definitely didn't want. No, I don't use an electric blanket. There's a skirmisher ability that lets them throw grenades and not in the turn. Yeah, all of our skirmishers have that command post. It's actually their one decent ability. They get a ghetto version of Salvo. Sort of. It's their one ability that isn't just unbelievably trash.
moving forward on the Avatar project. Taking out that facility would deal a serious blow to their
Do we have
efforts.
time to go raiding facilities, Bradford? Our whole team is out of action due to wounds at the moment. How many blankets do I have? I have a duvet on my bed that I almost never use, and then I have an actual blanket that I use. Usually I sleep on top of the duvet covered up by just one blanket. Some people like to call a duvet a comforter. It's a perfectly cromulent word as well. Others will call it a bedspread occasionally. I just call it a blanket. I sleep on top of a blanket with another blanket on top of me. Seems cold. Well, I get hot at night, so I usually don't even cover my whole body with the blanket. Normally, I have my arms and legs that stick out.
Communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our...
That's fine. We also got the tactical analysis ability. So if we discover enemies on the XCOM turn, they lose one action on their next turn, which is intriguing, but not necessarily good. So here's a question. With the tactical analysis bonus, let's think this through. On the final mission, since we have tactical analysis... No, those enemies would never be discovered on the XCOM turn. I was thinking if the guys who spawn in would count as being discovered on the XCOM turn, but that's... No, that's actually not it. This will only work if we stumble into a pod. If we stumble into a pod, the turn after they get their scamp removed, the enemies lose one turn. It doesn't really seem that useful. In fact, it might be bad because it'll cause them to shoot as opposed to try and move tactically or predictably. That's going to make them unpredictable, which I don't like. I would prefer aliens behave in their customary fashion as opposed to doing stuff I don't expect. That's the kind of thing that gets somebody accidentally grenaded. Or that lets a gateway hit 25 people and kill the gatekeeper that threw it. So Toretto's back in 1 day. Do we have anybody we can send in for negative trait removal? Because we're going to need to keep on top of that. Yeah. Okay, so... let's just get that started. We got an entire team's worth of guys who got to go have that taken care of. We do have currently a functional team. We could go kill the assassin. We could burn down a 4-point stronghold as well. Or we could just bide our time and try and let our team heal up a little bit. We don't really have any pressing concerns. Maybe now's not the time to go looking for trouble. Maybe we should just cool our heels, take only the missions we have to take until everybody can sort of get themselves patched back together. I kind of... nah, it's fine. We'll go take this intel, sure. We have nothing better to do with our time. You mustn't kill time, boys. You must cherish it. Seize the day. Can I have some change to go get loaded, chat? Well, we've got a gorilla op. What is it? Because we skipped our last one. I mean, we still want Alien Infiltrator to... this. We still want this one to trigger. We don't want to... the only one we can do is the one we actually want to trigger. Perfect. I don't want to skip another one because then we lose the continent bonus. We got to go make contact with this region again, and this is the region that gives us the ability to make contact instantly, so we don't want to give this one up. We don't really need Dr. Abby Robinson Engineer. Well, I guess we'll go kill some Lost then, pointlessly.
The Arctic.
There's a UFO chasing us? When did that event spawn? Not that we really care. I really don't want to have to do an Avenger defense, though, because those are real irritating with Team Skirmisher. So I guess we're going to take anybody who's not tired. Which turns out is everybody who's not tired. Well, thanks for saving us the trouble of having to think. This team is built for us. Make utility items available, make weapons available, make armors available. Turop, you're probably okay. Like, you don't really need any adjustments. Groot, let's get you kitted up here. You're going to be our murderous savage. Superior repeater, that's you. AP rounds for Groot. And what do we normally couple that with? I guess just a regular grenade, usually. Reese, what do you got here? Let's give you our other good repeater. We'll give you a... blue screens seems fine. And then let's give you a mimic beacon. You can deploy the knockaround guy. When somebody's coming at us and we don't have enough damage to wrangle them, you ditch the knockaround guy, which is the mimic beacon. Take some venom rounds. Let's go. Mimic beacon for Jackie D as well. Hey, OP, Jackie D ain't no stand-up mook. What do I look like, some kind of punk? You gonna send me out there and tell me to just go get punched in the head? I don't get punched in the head, Pete. I punch heads. I'm Jackie D. Binky, you get a med kit and... I don't know, blue screens? Nah, you know what? Take some venom rounds. That's fine. And that just leaves old Chris Barrett, the Boilermaker, down here coming out of the boiler room. When I say he's coming out of the boiler room, I mean that legitimately. The guy actually lives in the boiler room on the ship. It's kind of a hazing ritual. They're like, hey, let's make the new guy sleep in the boiler room. Also, he was in that shitty movie. You know, the Giovanni Ribisi one, which doesn't make any sense. And that basically Giovanni Ribisi gets involved doing something he knows is bad and illegal, and then gets in trouble for doing that bad, illegal thing.
Squad green to deploy.
My mimic beacon brings all the Xenos to the yard. They're like, it's better than yours. Damn right. I'd teach you Chad, but, you know, I'd have to charge. Skirmishers still. I can't believe that you actually think that skirmishers are good. I'm genuinely confused by the opinion that skirmishers are good, Chad. That has confounded me. I think they're objectively the worst class in the game. Even if they weren't broken, which 2 of their abilities are, and frequently just give the enemy extra turns. But even if they weren't broken, they would still be bad.
We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
Right,
As
so
I expected, Commander, there are significant readings indicative of.
yeah, how come we know where everybody is though? That's weird.
Be careful out there.
Must have been a sit rep where we know the location of all the enemies. That's a lot of lost. I'm not really terribly concerned about the lost though. We can kill as many lost as we have bullets, and we have a lot of bullets.
I go as ordered.
Plus, with the whole team having retribution, again, killing lost is not really a problem for us. Yeah, they're over there. We're concealed. We're not going to get revealed.
A confident approach.
Concealed will not be revealed. XCOM, working that dank streets. XCOM, kicking them fat beats. XCOM, the kind of guys you don't want to meet.
I await your approach.
Now, ordinarily, Advent would not fight the Lost. Ordinarily, these 2 pods would ignore each other until we activated one of them. And you can tell they weren't activated because he just activated himself. But since we've got the map ability where all enemies start revealed, I guess the AI now somehow also knows where they are. We fucking need to recruit this guy, by the way. He emptied the clip and every shot was a kill. No slam poetry, Pete. Okay, you bulldozered your way through a car and brought yourself more lost. Interesting choice. So the AI has fully converged on the point of origin, which is somewhat unpleasant for us, but does afford us opportunities. I'd love to get a grenade on top of this container. We could get both grenade and fall damage simultaneously. Yeah, I know they're there. Yeah, thanks, AI. I mean, I knew they were there, though. It's fine. Take some time out of my admittedly not that busy schedule to tell me a bunch of things I already know. I need somebody with a regular grenade on top of this container. I don't suppose we have somebody who's faster with a regular grenade, do we? Not fast enough. Well, somebody's gonna grapple up there. Boilermaker, get your grapple on. Oh, not over there. You gotta be shitting me. You won't grapple.
Moving.
But what about this rooftop up here, Pete? No, really, tactically, the better spot for you to be is over here. But what about the rooftop, Pete? That rooftop looks like a great spot, man. We should really seize that rooftop, though, I think. I feel like the rooftop is the place we want to be.
I must run.
It's like California to the Beverly Hillbillies. Said California is the place you ought to be. Come on, Pete, let's load up that truck. Got to move to Beverly.
I knew their patrol.
Hills, that is. You can't even see the mech, though.
Our soldiers are suffering out there. We'll need
You can't even see that mech.
when we get back.
That's a weird angled shot. Oh, good. The gatekeeper's going to go stand right by the thing so that if we kill it, it explodes and does damage to it. It is nice to see Advent and the Lost getting along so nicely, though. if you blow our cover... Oh, I need it in this tile, though. It was there for a split second, I saw it. This is going to summon more Lost, which is okay. We kind of want the Lost at this point. Oh, you guys got shredded. Take grenade damage. Enjoy some fall damage to go along with it. There goes our cover, and now we're going to activate like 6,500 different pods. Carpe Coleman Techni sees the rooftop. Supposed to be seizing the means of production, Pete. Yeah, the bourgeoisie have really been getting in my grill lately. Well, it'd be nice if he'd go after Advent, but he definitely won't. We're the player, and so he's coming right at us. Yeah. I kind of don't like this mission, actually. Like, we're not in a great spot, all things considered. You have no targets, huh? That seems about right. No, don't shoot at a Lost Brute. 100% chance for a kill on an elite trooper. Worth it. Take the shot. We're going to not worry about that ammo. The Lost are too far away to really be relevant. And I'm thinking this would be a really good turn to have Groot just battle lord it up. So Groot's going to battle lord. He's in a great position. We kind of want those Lost to stick around to give us bonus actions. You know what? Take this not-so-great shot at the sectoid. You know, you make promises I know that you can't keep when you say that you won't fail us again. We both know that's a lie. We're outside this man's explosion radius, and we have a good chance to take him down. Also activated some of those Lost for free. That's good. If you guys could come stumble bumbling over this way. Really help us out a lot. No, don't kill that. That's a Lost Dasher, though. Theoretically, he could get to us. You know what? Okay, this Dasher has to die. Dancer, Prancer, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Vixen. We gotta let those guys go. Should be a kill here because of our ammo. Or we could... Yeah, it was fantastic. Great miss. Boilermaker has a shot now that we blew up the thing? Okay. Well, it wasn't pretty, but we ultimately got the job done. Babylonian, do you have a shot at anything? You do not. You have no shots whatsoever. Zero, none. Do we need 2 Mimic Beacons, then, becomes the question. I'm very worried about that Spectre. Worried enough that I think we need 2 Mimic Beacons? It's going to depend on what we can hit with this. This is going to be a plethora of terrible shots. And yet, they both connected. Okay, deploy the beacon and flip it out here. Actually, that's one tile too far. Flip it right there. We want to take advantage of Groot's Battle Lord ability, and we want to do it off of actions from that Mimic Beacon. We're also going to put 2 ROP on Overwatch. Spectre impaired by tactical analysis. Oh, these guys... Okay, so there's that ability triggering right there. You missed a Mimic Beacon. That's a 1 in 20 occurrence. So, Groot, we want you... You know, taking a shot at that Lost Brute is not a bad idea, actually. Especially when it executes him. We can get free actions off of Battle Lord? This is the greatest day ever. We can still get headshots while Battle Lording. Well, that sectoid's got to die because mind control? Yeah. Okay, let's maybe not shoot our friend, though. Let's maybe instead shoot the What's our chance to justice that sectoid? We can't justice a sectoid. Well, the Spectre's gonna go next. And we can kill that Spectre. The sectoid's already done everything bad it can possibly do. And we should get one more Battle Lord action. I don't know if we're going to be able to protect the beacon or not. It's taken a lot of damage. These guys should be coming over here to fight the Lost and also getting shot at. Well, it was a miss, but we still got some damage from our superior stock, I think. Those guys have lightning reflexes, so Overwatch was never going to amount to much there. You went on to Overwatch, which you should be... Thank you, The Lost. The Lost, making Advent Overwatch worthless since 2017. Stop killing the third Daniel Craig Bond movie. But it was the worst one. Oh, wait, was Spectre the good one? No, Spectre was bad. Skyfall was the good one. Also, Skyfall was the third Daniel Craig Bond movie. Spectre was the fourth, chat. Get wrecked! My one chief concern is that these guys, since we did Battle Lord, are going to get a bunch of bonus actions. But they don't appear to have done so. We need somebody to kill this man. We can't go in there after him because there are so many Lost. No, we can't go in there after him, though, because we'll trigger that gatekeeper, so we're going to have to take kind of ghetto shots here. God damn it, Groot. That was a 76% shot, and you fucking mucked it. And you, of course, you can't throw a grenade far enough to get rid of his cover. You also don't have a reload available. What are you going to activate if you move? I don't suppose you could be useful? Yeah, well, too much to ask. Can you see the sectoid from here? You can. Alright, move over here. All I want to do is get rid of... Give me... we can't justice him, though. I just want to kill the sectoid. Not the Spectre. 67% is terrible. Okay, I was going to say, all we need is one of these friggin' things to hit. Just one. Groot's out of ammo, but he's going to have to stay that way. Alright, Reese, you got a lot of shooting to do here. Any Lost Dashers on the map, they got to get headshotted. So, Dasher, yep, get headshotted. I feel like Santa Claus putting down a reindeer with a broken leg here. Sorry, Dasher. Sorry, Dasher. Sorry, Dasher. Don't tell Dancer and Prancer or Comet or Cupid or any of those guys. Also, please don't tell, like, the Humane Society, because if they find out I've been butchering reindeer like this, they're definitely going to be upset. I'm going to lose my no reindeer were harmed during the making of this film badge. Might not get an insta-gib on that guy because of his health total. We definitely will kill that man. The knockaround guy is putting on a display. We would prefer to justice. Get scorpioned? Yeah, come pulled out right in the open here. And now get your ass shanked. Enjoy that. I didn't enjoy that at all, Pete. Kind of the idea, dude. Take our freebie here. Cap this Dasher in the dome. I'd love to go grab that loot, but it seems like a bad risk. I don't want to activate that gatekeeper pod until we're ready to deal with it. You're going to get whiplashed and possibly killed. No, of course not, because dodging whiplash is totally, yeah. That was a waste of whiplash. We should have just shot him. I was hopeful we might be able to also get a reload out of that. That's why we pulled the whiplash, but... How much health has this thing got left? There's no way to tell. Okay. Makes perfect sense. I'm surprisingly tempted to Battle Lord here in an effort to maybe get that robot. We're taking a little risk with the Binkster here. Babylonian, really all I want you to do is just not activate a pod. I'm not asking for the world. I'm not asking for much. Mostly I'm just, you know, looking for some touch. Yeah, we're going to have to get that thing's attention next turn. Also, I feel like somebody should be firing Overwatch at that robot. This is bad. Yeah. Yeah, the fall damage sucked. That's actually a weird way for that fall to have executed itself. I love the fact that the robot ignored the 700,000 lost he shot at last turn, too. And none of the lost attacked the robot either. Oh, no, wait! 2 of them swung and both missed. Perfect. Alright then, well, it's time to activate that gatekeeper, so who's got a mimic beacon? Because you're going to have to do it. Alright, Binky, that's you. Well, I'd love to put you on top of that container, but it no longer exists. He's like many Soviet republics. He's from country that technically no longer exists. Drive it, and I think you'll agree that is letting slot again. Well, possibly the best way for us to activate that pod might be... I mean, that should definitely get us vision on the pod. It also gives us a height advantage. We have to draw their attention away from the thing or they're going to blow up the thing. Okay, so you have 2 actions. And I believe you have blue screen rounds, do you not? You do. So you can one-shot kill a Codex. So we check the Mimic Beacon. Toss it in here where it gets the Gatekeeper's attention. Can you hit that robot? No. Whiplash this Codex. It's going to split her into 2 3s, but that's fine. We don't really care about that. And then shoot the other one. You still have both your actions despite having thrown a Mimic Beacon. Why is that? Did you parkour? I want to one-shot kill you. Our blue screen rounds give us that option. Well, you got 1 bullet left in the clip. Make it count. We're not going to get much out of Jackie D this turn. In fact, probably going to get nothing. We do have the Mimic Beacon protecting us, so I think what we got to do here is, Shane Wolf, we want you to wrath into a pile of dudes. Or rather, just wrath into a position where you can see a lot of people. For instance, this Codex will do. Yeah, okay, so it had... Yeah, it could have taken another hit. Shut up, Bradford. And then you're going to Battle Lord. Groot, you're up here. You're going to whiplash that robot. the robot, though. There you go, buddy. Give him the lash. Great shot, Turop. That was basically fucking point-blank range, and yet you somehow managed to miss. Nice work. Crack that whip? I don't know. He needs to go back to Devo school and learn to actually crack the whip, though. I don't think he was cracking the whip. I think he was trying to ghost ride the whip. Homeboy got his memes confused. He's like, oh, I knew there was something about a whip and it was a song. I figured I'd ghost ride it. We're like, oh, that's dangerous and stupid. I don't care, Pete. I'm ghost riding the whip. Well, we can either have you kill the Lost and reload, or ideally, maybe there's a person who isn't as terrible at their job as you are. So we could have Chris Verrick come up here, whiplash the robot, and then kill it. Probably not going to get the kill, though. We don't have enough damage. Let's start taking out... I was going to say start taking out Lost, but you're actually down to your last bullet. So we'll put one in you, and then I guess we'll have to take the follow-up as well. Groot will get him. Ghost ride the whip, Groot. Groot ghost rode the whip. It was just enough. We'd love to see Groot get a shot off at the gatekeeper, but he is not going to. You know what, Groot? Can you hit it with a grenade? You can do that. Get rid of some of that armor, then. Doesn't do much by way of damage, but it makes all of our subsequent shots that much better. Jackie D, I don't know what the hell to do with you. Probably just move up, and if you've got a shot, take it. If you don't, reload. That's a pretty bad shot. Who can you give a bonus action to? You know what? Yeah, teamwork. There's something we haven't really used at all. Take the shot. Fantastic shot, though. Babylonian. That's your last one. We can chip away at him 4 damage at a time. So the gatekeeper only gets the 1 action. He wastes it on the mimic beacon, and then we're gonna take him down. Oh, Binky's battle lording, right? Battle Lord isn't going to get us a whole lot there. It got us one. We basically traded an action for an action because we killed all the other enemies. The smarter thing to do there would have been to let some of them linger so we could have got more free actions. Little blue screen rounds. It stands, but not for long. Jackie D, that's a really long shot, though. Binky, you started this party, you finish it. Dance with the one that brung you. That's my boy. Yeah, we won Bradford, but we won ugly. We did kill 34 enemies on that mission, though. Take a shot at love. I don't want to wind up in any kind of relationship with Tila Tequila, though. That just seems like a recipe for disaster. Does Tila Tequila have a tequila brand? I know that celebrities and, like, launching brands of alcohol, celebrity liquors is definitely a thing. How does Tila Tequila not have her own brand of tequila? Like, Tila Tequila, the product, not the woman, should be a thing. You should be able to go buy a bottle of Tila Tequila. It would probably taste like licking the inside of a dumpster, but that just seems thematically appropriate. Like, that's what they should be shooting for with Tila brand tequila. It should taste like the inside of a dumpster. Trump vodkas. Yeah, it seems like country music singers tend to do it also. Like, they seem more prone to it than anybody else. They always got a whiskey or some shit. The wounds probably saved us time, because Groot would definitely have been tired for more than 3 days. At Turop's level here, he definitely would have been down for more than 1 day. Yeah, we being wounded is kind of beneficial. At this point, we're sort of purposely wounding our guys.
Hello, Commander.
Abby Robinson, engineer. We countered Alien Infiltrator, which was the one event we didn't want to counter.
We should check with Resistance HQ for
Our
new
force is now under strength. Somebody give Abby Robinson a gun, then. She's not going to be good for much else. How under strength are we? Like, very. Although, again, some of these... This guy's back in less than an hour. Two Rops back in a day. 2 days for Beardo. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Dan Aykroyd has a vodka. If you go... Like, you could throw a rock at basically a crowd of celebrities, and you'd have a better than 50-50 chance that that rock would hit one who has their own personal liquor. I'm just amazed that nobody's jumped on the whole Tila tequila already, just because it seems... It's like it's too easy. I mean, that's a I jumped out of a boat and managed to hit water kind of moment. Tila tequila should have come up with that. She should have been like, how come I don't have my own tequila? Also, it could taste like the inside of a dumpster, and then it would be not only a clever social indictment of my status as a has-been celebrity, who now I think largely spends her time on Twitter spouting hate speech, but also a chance for me to earn a little extra jingle in my jeans so that maybe I don't have to resort to just putting on Nazi paraphernalia and taking pictures of myself and posting them on Twitter. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. From 1 million Facebook friends to 1 million Nazi sympathizers? I don't know. Do you think that, like, she's the best potential candidate for that spokesman? Like, if she's going for the I'm a neo-Nazi? Do you think Tila Tequila is who the neo-Nazi movement would have chosen to be their representative? I kind of feel like they'd be in a back room somewhere going, nah, you know what? We're neo-Nazis, admittedly, but I think we can do better. Sorry, Tila Tequila. Maybe you should just stick to, like, bottom shelf liquors.